Hi there, William Quang here from the SA Running Injury Clinic and Adelaide Hill Pain Clinic. I'm at Athlete's Foot Burnside again. We're doing another shoe review with Byron, one of the directors here, and we're going to talk today about tennis shoes. Now, I've recently had quite a few tennis players come in, a lot of the tennis players with Achilles and heel issues. So we just thought we'd run through the best tennis shoes on the market for our athletes.
Yeah, thanks, Will. Look, great to be back again. Now, we've brought a couple of different models today. What we thought we'd look at is a couple of tennis shoes, and then a couple of shoes that possibly people are using to play tennis in, and then probably shoes we wouldn't recommend that you do. Okay, so look, we'll start off with an ASICS shoe here. It's called the Gel Resolution. Okay, so this shoe is a hard court tennis shoe. By hard court, what we look at is the sole of the shoe. Okay, so this sole is very robust. It's got some pivot points as well to give you good support. Very much a one-piece construction, and the soles are very firm and rigid. Okay, so they give you really good support through the midfoot there. The other key feature in a tennis shoe that you're looking for is the toe. Okay, this toe box here being really heavily reinforced. As you'd imagine on hard court, that pressure and force that you're putting through your toe, especially when you're going up to serve, you'll get that drag. So that's going to be the key difference between tennis shoes and a lot of other shoes that people end up playing in. Okay, as Will was talking about, heel pain and things like that, they have a very robust heel. So they've got a very good heel cradle at the back here, so very supportive. Nice cushioning through the back of the heel as well, around the Achilles. And again, good depth in the forefoot, in the heel. So, back in here, being able to take that inner sole out and put an orthotic in. The interesting thing, I guess, with ASICS is they've made a really big push into tennis in the last few months. They've actually signed Novak Djokovic. So world number one is currently playing in the Gel Resolution, which is a great boost for the brand. But as I said, they've had a long history in tennis and in sport. So, that's one of our key selling models. I guess I'll just take you over to the next shoe that I was going to quickly look at, and that's the Adidas Barricade. Okay, again, another very long-standing tennis shoe designed by Adidas. Great heritage in tennis over many years. A lot of the similar features as the ASICS, but what the key difference is I want to show you here is the sole. Okay, so on the ASICS shoe that I held up before, it's called a hard court sole, and this has got a herringbone design. So really what the sole on this was designed for was more for a clay court type surface. Having said that, depending on the level of play, for all-purpose play and things like that, it's still a great shoe in terms of the sole. But it's just interesting the different designs that they make. And obviously, any of you tennis players out there will be familiar with Wimbledon and playing on grass. Well, again, they use a different sole there completely as well. It's sort of more of a Plymouth sole, which has got a few bumps on it to try and give you better traction. So that's the unique thing about tennis, playing on those 4 different surfaces, and often more than that. So having the right shoe for the right court, can be advantageous. So that's one of the key differences there. They have quite a strong truss stick through here. So again, to give it that stability and support through the midfoot. You don't want to see too much flexion through there because of all of that lateral movement. Okay, and that's what the tennis shoe is designed for. They've got rounded edges. Okay, so that bevel, it's called a beveled edge. And so what that's designed to do is to allow you to slide to the ball without flipping over the top. Okay, so that's one of the key factors you're looking for in reinforcement through your tennis shoe there. Again, Adidas fits into the same category, very plush through the heel, nice heel counter, good depth through the forefoot, and again, another great quality shoe. Okay, so they're the 2 shoes that we just wanted to give you an example of, which are high-end tennis shoes that are very popular with tennis players, and those 2 different soles.
So Byron, one question I always get in the clinic is, can I just wear a pair of runners to play tennis in?
Yeah, look, well, that's why I brought just got a running shoe as an example. Okay, so if we looked at a running shoe and a tennis shoe, there's a couple of key differences, and why I'm pointing it in this direction here, this is one of the major areas through here. Okay, so the toe. So what happens is, as you can see in this here, it's quite a lightweight mesh material, because in a running shoe they're trying to make it as light and as cushioned as possible. And that flexible through the forefoot, so for when you're in that straight line running. The reason why the tennis shoe is more rigid is because it's got to hold your foot in place when you're changing, those horizontal and vertical forces, so that changes direction. So what you'll find is people who wear their running shoes they wear through the holes, they create holes and things like that. They wear through the toe of the shoe very quickly, because if you imagine the toe drag when you're serving, that will all peel away, okay, because they're not designed for that purpose. The other key issue, I guess, more from a medical perspective, is the problem of rolling your ankle, okay, and that's due to the shape of the last, so the shape of the foot. It's much more sheer, okay, and what we talk about there is it's very straight. And so if you land in a slightly off-centre position, the chances of you flipping over and tilting over are greatly enhanced. That's where we're talking about those beveled edges, on that rounding bit on a tennis shoe, why they're so important. So the running shoe won't have that. While it will still give you good cushioning and support, but not in the same way when you're changing direction. So I guess that's some of the key risks that you do take playing in a running shoe, is the increased risk of rolling your ankle. So that's the running shoe. The other one we get asked a little bit about is, a netball shoe. And so I just brought the netball shoe out as an example, because they do play in a lot of outdoor court surfaces. So not only, indoor, but a lot of bitumen and things like that. And the netball shoes are quite a robust shoe as well, for that purpose. They have a similar sort of last through the back here, so a little bit more stability, a bit more rigid than a traditional running shoe. Durability-wise, the soles probably aren't quite as durable as a tennis shoe. However, they have got a reasonably good wearing pattern to them. They do have stitching through the toe, which I know is a little bit hard to see in this coloured shoe, but they have a reinforced toe there, and it has got a high level of stitching. Having said that, still not to the same level as what we saw in the Asics, which is really that moulded rubber sole through there. So again, you'll get good support, good cushioning. Probably not as durable as a tennis shoe. But if you're only playing once or twice a week, absolutely wouldn't be a problem. If you're playing that 4 to 5 times a week, then we'd definitely recommend you look more at the tennis shoe. I guess more so from a durability point of view, because the netball shoe still offers that beveled edges, so will give you good support, laterally. As well as horizontally there, so changing direction. So yeah, it's still a very good option, especially if you're just getting into your tennis, and you can use it for a multitude of sports. Just be aware the forces you're putting through the shoes do mean that you can wear them out a little bit quicker, depending on the volume of play that you do have.
Yeah, so maybe for those primary and high school girls who play netball in the winter and then tennis in the summer, an Asics net burner might be the ideal shoe, multitasking shoe for them.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, thanks for that, Byron.
No worries. Look, I just wanted to touch base. We've also just got a brand new a brand that's just come into the store. It's called On Running, and William and I will review that within the next week or so.
Yeah, probably next Thursday, I'd say.
Yeah, and we do have a promotion on as well at the moment. So if you look under our Facebook page, the Athlete's Foot Burnside Village, you'll see we do have a promotion, so you can win a free pair of shoes if you go on and like our Athlete's Foot page. So that's something to be aware about. That's going to be running for another week, and we'll do a review on those shoes next week as well.
Nice. I might do. No, I really liked your page. All right. So just in terms of us, next Tuesday we're going to reply back to one of our lovely patients, Maggie, who asked what causes cramps and how can we try to reduce the effects of those painful night calf cramps. So we'll do that next Tuesday. Till then, we'll see you and have a good weekend. Bye.